Yogayama is a school where we teach a guided experience of yoga that seeks to develop each student individually and fully by starting where you are and building upon that in a variety of ways. Our aim is to provide students with the opportunity to grow and evolve physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The Yogayama class is not a new type or style of yoga, but combines the practice of asana, which are yoga poses, pranayama, which are breathing techniques, and guided meditation so that students can get a deep, well-rounded experience of yoga. The Yogayama class includes those same 3 foundational elements no matter who the teacher is. Every class is adapted by the teacher according to the level of students present. Each class starts with pranayama, then moves into a sequence of poses that build toward a peak pose or theme that is centered on a body part, a type of pose, or a particular concept of practice. The class finishes with a guided experience of stilling the mind through focused breathing, guided relaxation, or meditation. In a Yogayama class, you can expect the teacher to come to class with a well-thought-out sequence, prepared to adapt that sequence and the instructions when in class based on the students that are present in that class. You will be seen and paid attention to so that instructions can to meet your needs and abilities on any given day. When modifications for poses or options to use props like straps, blankets, and blocks are given, it will be made clear to you whether and how to use those props or when to take a particular modification or variation. Each class begins with pranayama practice or breathing techniques. The word pranayama is often translated as expansion or elongation of life force, and it represents one of the main methods of classical hatha yoga. In this tradition of yoga, pranayama is a highly regarded tool that is used for creating greater contact with the inner world and more subtle parts of us as human beings. After pranayama practice, the asana or yoga poses practice begins. The poses that you do in each class and the pace and order they are done in will vary from class to class depending upon the level and theme of that particular class. But you can expect there to be a balance between holding poses that allow for precise instruction about alignment and work to be given and practiced, and some dynamic movement from pose to pose. Classes are well-rounded, meaning that you will move all of your body parts into their full available range of motion, and that there will be a warm-up, an energetic peak, and a cool-down that leaves your nervous system feeling balanced and refreshed. Each class sequence progresses step by step toward a peak pose or a group of poses. The asana sequence will begin with a warm-up, usually in some version of a sun salutation, which is a classic series of basic postures linked together and timed to match your inhales and exhales. The sequence will help you build your practice wisely and safely using proper alignment and props. You will be instructed how to work to develop strength and mobility in the body, as well as being taught about actions that need to be understood in order to keep the body safe while working toward a particular peak pose. This approach is designed to help students understand how to work in poses, how to find ease, and how to safely move toward poses that might be new to you. Finally, the class cools down with a guided meditation where you will be able to use the focus you have developed in the asana practice and shift it inward so that you can sit quietly for a few moments before taking the final resting pose.